Her son was left to die, declared dead even though he was still breathing. Tonight we're hearing for the first time from his mother, who has tough questions for Metro officials.
It is a story investigative reporter Ben Hall broke last month, and you are now seeing this first on 5 tonight.
I sat down with Juanita King, and she tells me she can't bear to think about how much her son suffered.
I pray that no one else has to go through what our son went through.
Juanita King wants answers about why paramedics did not immediately take her son to the hospital.
They left a human being there to suffer for over 2 hours, struggling to breathe, struggling for life.
911, what is your emergency?
Paramedics arrived after Antonio Foster's roommate called and said that Foster had shot himself in the head.
Can you feel or hear any breathing?
Yeah, he's breathing real hard.
40 minutes after arriving, paramedics recorded that Foster's injuries were not compatible with life, and they left, even though Foster was still breathing.
He's incompatible with life. He's going to die anyway, is what they're saying.
More than an hour later, police on the scene were so disturbed they called a sergeant at home. He called paramedics back and had Foster taken to the hospital.
Our son was loved. He shouldn't have went through what he went through. He was a man. He was someone's son.
King works in a mental health office and said she had no idea her son was suicidal.
He loved to cook. He loved to be around family. He loved to eat.
But the trauma of his death is compounded by thoughts of her son's suffering.
There is no question that this patient should have been transported.
8 fire department employees put on administrative leave are now back on the job, cleared of all wrongdoing. Vanderbilt took responsibility for all medical decisions in Foster's case. Paramedics apparently listened to a doctor who told them not to bring Foster to the hospital.
He was still breathing, still struggling to breathe.
King says she wants to hear the radio conversation between paramedics and the Vanderbilt doctor, which might give her answers about what happened.
I want them to release it. I give them permission to release it. I want to know. His family, his loved ones want to know what happened that night.
We've asked for that radio traffic, but so far Metro has refused to release it, calling it protected medical information. King has hired a lawyer to help her get answers. Ben Hall, News Channel 5 investigates.